Alright guys, so today we are going to talk about the burst action full open attack. So this is an attack that you can find under the heavy arms endless welt version of the torso area, and also I believe the other part that has this has to be Gundam, the full armor Gundam Thunderbolt. So let me actually filter that, and then we should have the same thing as well. Yeah, so we have two of them. I would definitely say this one does not hit as hard, but we will check that one out in just a bit. Let's actually try out the heavy arms ones first. The reason being why I'm doing this because, you know, in a prior video I actually used this one as my burst action, and I think I did the build completely wrong. I did not optimize it. In this video we are going to talk about how to fully optimize this attack. So I'm just gonna quickly show you guys right now how much we are able to do, and then how we are able to deal massive damage with it. So on base we are talking about 240k, so that's obviously nothing to write home about. It's pretty weak, I say. It's not anything too impressive, but when we do read the description of this skill, it actually makes a lot more sense once you're trying out parts. And let's try out full armor Gundam Thunderbolt for size as well. I believe this one does not hit as hard. Alright, so same thing again, and then let this rip. Yeah, so this one is actually just a fraction of an attack, so that's why if you want to go for a more superior full open attacks, you will go for the heavy armed ones, because I want to hit like a truck. So essentially why this thing is, why you are able to further increase the power, because of the description of this. So let me actually get this back. There's one that I upgraded. There you go. Equip that real quick, or maybe I'll do this color. When we head over to the EX skill right here, when we did read the description, a barrage performed by every equipped projectile weapon, Gatling, machine gun will fire simultaneously. So the most important part is obviously when we read this portion and then this portion. The equipped corresponding part will increase power. Alright, so what does that mean? So I did my homework already, and I have already filtered out parts, so this does not really contribute a lot, so don't look at this. I just have it on there. So what that means is when we take a look at parts that are like the following, let me unfilter this and label. I have it sorted under the red triangle. Did we not? Huh. Oh yeah, because we're using that, so there's no point actually filtering the body, that's why. Alright, so here are a list of every single part that can actually increase the damage. So I am going to tell you guys that every one of these actually varies depending on the one you use. They actually give a minimal attack improvement to the full open attack, while ones in particular, especially on the right arms, give you a gajillion damage boost. So the one that I'm talking about is the perfect strike freedom. For whatever reason, this thing hits like a truck, so let me allow me to demonstrate. Alright, here we are. We are simply equipping one. We have the ability to equip obviously the left arm, the legs, back part. The shield, I have not found anything that is suitable, so I might actually dig in a little bit more, but throughout some of my initial testing I have not found any. But let's quickly take a look at this. On base we were talking about 240, right? 240k. And take a look at this. You guys see that, right? We are now up to a mil, 1.03 mil. All right, we effectively went up by 800k, around there. Like one particular part. Don't ask me why. I don't know the answer to that, but this thing just hits like a truck. The hit count. Let's actually take a look at the hit count. The hit count is not anything too substantial. I believe without any other equipped part, the heavy arms torso only hits for like roughly about 77. So the additional 33 hits from the perfect strike freedom actually contributed the additional 800k. So if you want to do like a full build that revolves around popping your burst action, just unload your clip, go ahead and do that. And then you can obviously reload that with this build specifically, we can do that. So that's one of them. But I have obviously included every other one that is applicable. They obviously vary depending on their power. All of them varies. Like some of them, when I take a look at the description, I was wondering. I look at the image, I'm like, wait a minute, let's give it a shot, and maybe it'll work. So I test out every one of them, and yeah, I mean, the only thing that really writes home is the Purpose for Freedom. When we talk about the left arm, unfortunately, there's not a clear winner. I think most of them hit, it gives you roughly about a 200k to a 300k increase. So for this one specifically, there's nothing to write home about. There's nothing in particular that I'll point out. So I might just suggest you guys to use something that you personally like and something aesthetically looks good. Other than that, pick anything of your choosing, and then we can kind of go from there. For me, let's actually just pick out maybe this is actually a hard one. I wouldn't mind using this one, actually, the Gym 3. I don't think this one gives me the most optimal damage, but why not? Let me just quickly equip that. The legs, here are the option. We have a bunch, but I would definitely tell you guys the one that actually gives you the highest amount of damage performance is going to be Kasi Gundam. This one not only has the missile, the guided missile, but also the photon missile. I assume that's kind of why we were able to get a lot more out of this one. So this one actually just worked out. The back part, we have the following as well. So it's actually a pretty big list. There are two in particular that actually builds roughly more than the other contenders over here. The first one, or the one that hits a little bit higher than the above average one, we have, have I filtered it out? Should have it in here. I'm looking for, oh, it looks like I did not do the proper filtering, so let me get that on real quick. Okay, so the one that I forgot to give it the triangle is actually Gundam Bell. So Gundam Bell was one that actually did pretty good. Of all the other contenders, this one was actually performing above all the other ones, so that's good. But the one that actually stood out the most was actually the Strike Rouge, the this one, Otori. This one hits like a truck. I don't know why, but it did. So let's actually equip that. So your final build is going to look something like this. Unfortunately, the head part does not have anything. I was actually recommended to use the, what is it, the gun cannon's head, but there's actually nothing out of it. I tried out. We can take a look at the base power right now, and then we can go back into the gun cannon's head, or the gun tank head, but excuse me, the ball head. But there's actually nothing. So with 4 parts equipped, this is the amount of damage we are able to get. So you guys are gonna be shocked. All right, a casual 2.2 mil, nothing too crazy, right? Nothing too crazy. And there you guys have it. We got a 2.2 baseline there. But wait, there's actually more. Let's actually hop into the shooting mode. Keep that in mind, shooting mode is going to be a lot more powerful than majority of what you guys might have, depending on your ability cartridge, because I do actually have some ability cartridges that actually affect our attack power. So keep that in mind. That's your kind of like a disclaimer right there. So I'm trying to wait for the hit counter to actually go away, so we can actually pop this again. Come on, go away. A casual 2.8 now. So if you do want to use the shooting mode specifically for this, I will not even blame you, because the amount of power you're getting this is absurd. I think this, I mean, I definitely want to try it out against like a boss, right? Like one of those big boss, like your PG size, like your Big Zams, your PG Unicorn, PG RA72. I think that would be a great test. So, but there you guys have it. So that's essentially the premise of the build. Those 4 specifically is going to essentially 10 times the amount that you were doing, right? We started from like a good humble 240k, and then we ranked all the way to 2.8 million with these few parts in selection. So this build is crazy. All right, I would not disclaim that at all. And the most important thing you do want to do is actually equip yourselves with the projectile weaponry. So physical. So please use physical to maximize the damage, because I tried using beam and it does not do nearly as much damage. So that's the other thing to talk about. So there are a few pieces that works together, the parts that you guys are seeing, and then anything that is boosting regularly to the projectile or the physical is going to be good. On the beam, you don't want that. Simply don't do that. Other than that, I'm gonna see if I can find anything else for the shield. Unfortunately, I have not, so I'm probably gonna cut the video right here first, and then we will probably see if I can find anything. If I don't find anything, I think I'm just gonna wrap up the video, and that's gonna be it. Oh, before that, let's actually try out this right here, the ball head. Unfortunately, it does not do anything. I actually did try it out. It was recommended, so I mean, obviously at that point in time I didn't have the best knowledge because I wasn't really playing around with it as much. But now that I have done my research and testing out, it appears the ball head does not. All right, equip that. I mean, it does have the recoilless cannon, but it does not work. All right, so anything that's above 2.2, that is good, but let's see. Yeah, nothing. So unfortunately, the head part, there's nothing on there, because all the other ones like Double Zeta is a beam. I don't think there's anything else, honestly. Like even Xeon's head is not, because it is a beam, like the head mega particle cannon. So yeah, it's only gonna be within these 4 specific parts that you will find something that is decent. And the shield, I will look for something first, and then if I don't find anything, I'm just gonna let you guys know that's a wrap. Alright, so I did some last minute research, and unfortunately it looks like the shield does not have anything that will further improve the damage. So yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty much it. So you guys can definitely let me know how you guys feel about this build. And just a quick disclaimer, anything that is on the builder part slot does not actually affect it. So even though I have a lot of these equipped, this is simply to boost up the real array of the the awakening gauge. So that's gonna be pretty much it. So none of these actually matter, they're just more for me to just spam infinite missiles, and that's pretty much it. And yeah, I mean, this attack is pretty darn powerful. And then if you guys do want to juice it up, definitely try to equip some attack power for the shooting mode specifically, and you'll definitely see some great improvement for sure. But other than that, that's gonna be it for me, and I'll be catching you guys all on the next one.